Welcome to another Let's
Let's
Talk
Talk
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
My name is Cherry,
I'm Crystal.
and we are here on behalf of Deeper Life Gospel Center's social media team. Woo woo. And listen, guys, we are ending off this last Tuesday in October with, we're still doing our couples edition themed episodes. And y'all, of course, we got the ultimate couple to end it off. We saved the best for last.
Yes.
Give it up. I mean, y'all, listen. They don't need no introduction, but we gonna do it because they special. Y'all give it up for Pastor Wade and Lady Tawan Bell. Hi.
Hi.
Aw.
We are glad to be a part of Let's Talk Tuesday. And I want to say that we definitely appreciate the both of you all. You're doing such a fine job. And all those who are tuning in to Let's Talk Tuesday, we want to say thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, everybody out there watching. Hey.
Hey, hey.
So, listen, like you heard, celebrating couples for the month of October because of Sweetest Day being in October. So we decided, you know what, we'll dedicate the whole month of October to couples. But there is something else going on in October that is major, like national holiday. Like, if you have not been watching Let's Talk Tuesday, you don't know what I'm talking about.
What you talking about?
It's Pastor Bell's birthday month. Yes. Yes.
You get a whole month.
Birthday. It's still your birthday.
No, we're not gonna do it. Okay.
Right.
Not gonna do it. So yes, y'all, he has been celebrating his birthday all month. So, Pastor Bell, how has your birthday month been so far?
Woo. It's been awesome. I mean, really awesome. I mean, I've gotten a lot of love from friends on Facebook, members, and especially my adorable wife. She's really, I put the challenge out to her to do the 30-day celebration, and I'm telling you, she's been batting 100. I'm telling you,
Thank you, honey.
she's been doing a great
Thank
job.
you.
A great job.
So you
Good
challenged
job.
your wife for a 30-day celebration?
Yeah.
I like that. I'm going to have to use that.
Yes. Yeah. It's a 30-day challenge of
Okay.
celebration.
Okay.
I think that some more people ought to try it. At least try it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't do nothing but get 2 weeks out of the 30 days, at least you try it. Yeah.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be major things,
Okay.
small things, and mix it up with a few major things.
Yeah, and you can also have a theme.
Yeah.
Okay. So what all did you do?
Right, but give us like
Ooh.
2 things that you've done this month so far, because y'all remember the month is not over. Before you give us those 2 things, for all those of you who are watching, you can definitely still bless Pastor Bell with cards, money. Everybody love money. I mean, we keep it. Y'all know we keep it real on this show. Everybody love money. We want to bless them that way. You love cards, right? I've been telling people all month. I'm like, he loves a card.
Love
Yes.
cards. Yes, definitely. Well, different places for dinner, my favorite meals, and she has been cooking some different cultural meals, and they have been delicious, absolutely delicious. I mean, a wonderful surprise. What were some of the meals?
That I made a chicken curry.
A chicken curry.
Ooh.
A beef marsala.
Marcella.
Yes. And I made pepper steak, which is
some pepper steak.
I guess that's kind of Chinese.
Just different meals.
Yes.
That we is always good.
That we normally don't get into. And
Yeah.
so that right there, and periodic cards, and I don't know how many birthday cakes I done had since my birthday, but had a lot of birthday cakes,
Yeah.
and just a whole lot of things.
Yeah, well, I had a theme, and the theme is for new, um, ex- like experiencing something new.
Yeah.
So that he hasn't experienced before. So all month, that's been the challenge. I want to just let him have different experiences, and that was my motivation for one of the things. Not, as far as with my cooking, cook something different, something
Yeah.
new that he hasn't had before. And, it's just been fun. It's been exciting. And he has really fell in love with that
Oh yeah.
beef masala that I cooked.
Oh yeah.
And so much so, he's like, I want you to make this sauce and put it in a jar.
Oh.
Put it on everything. I mean,
Oh.
everything. That's how well he likes the sauce.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about it has, I
Yeah.
when it comes down to eating, I really love anything that has a lot of flavor.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of flavor to it.
Yes.
And that has a lot of flavor that
Mhm.
literally you can just put it on anything and it
Mm.
just makes it explode. I'm talking about taste buds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that you put it on? Then I was like, really? You put it on? Oh, I picked us up some shrimp fried rice.
Oh.
And he went in the refrigerator and got the sauce that I made and put it on there. And I'm like, wait a minute. Really?
Oh, trust me.
So he brought the Indian culture to the
Mm.
culture.
I mean, you started the theme, Lady T, trying something new. So
Yeah.
he said, what I'm
I
gonna do
did.
is take this sauce to put it on this shrimp fried rice and try
Mhm.
something new.
Bring it all together.
I said, let me try that. And it was so
It was good. Yeah.
So we're just having fun,
Yeah.
being creative and trying
Trying
new
new
things
Yeah.
that he
Yeah.
has not experienced before.
And Sister Cherry, that bag that you seen Sunday,
Yeah.
just add that in there.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that bag. I love that bag.
Now, if you don't know what bag we talking about, well, that maybe you need to come
Yeah.
to church.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Don't worry about it.
It was a nice
Don't worry
bag. She let y'all know.
And during my birthday, some of the places that we went, I ended up buying my wife some gifts
Aw.
for my birthday. So that
Oh.
was a part of the
Mhm.
celebration,
Oh.
to help.
Boy, you
celebrate
guys
some
have
other people.
no
Yeah.
idea.
Oh,
I mean,
Fellas,
Aw.
y'all taking
like,
notes?
huh?
I said, fellas taking notes.
Right.
They should be.
Uh-huh.
Really
Yeah.
should be, because I am one happy wife. I really
All right now.
Aw.
and he continues to put a smile on my face every day. And it's not, it's not always the big things, but it's the little things. He can do something so small, but it's something he caught that I said, and then it'll show up, and I'm thinking, you're paying attention to that, and it's
yeah.
sometimes it's just the little things that really makes the difference. So
yeah. It's
I am happy.
Shout out to people who pay attention.
Okay.
yeah.
That's a good trait.
He did a really, really big thing today
And,
Aw.
for
and
me. And
you
this
will
is
see
his
it.
birthday.
His birthday month.
Oh, you will see it.
You see it Sunday.
You'll see it.
Oh boy.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, listen, that's the thing. When I would say this, and I know you did those things. You did that thing for her because you love her, not because she's been doing stuff for your birthday. But it's always helpful to know that someone is willing to put the same amount of effort in that you're willing to put in, and that encourages you to do those big things sometime, or do those other small little things along the way, because you feel like, wow, I can. My hopes can be up. I can have my expectations set, at a level where I know that they'll be met, and I can meet that same, expectation level on my end.
Mm.
It's like a good balance. Cause
Mhm.
it's your birthday month. You ain't have to buy her nothing. But she
Mhm.
did. See,
But
listen,
she
y'all, listen,
did.
the men that's watching, I'm sorry. But I'm for y'all. I'm sorry for y'all. But he is our pastor.
Uh-huh.
And just, just
He the
to let you
example.
all, he is. But just to let you all know, if you're watching this for the first time, Pastor Bell is the pastor of Deeper Life Gospel Center, our church. So he's not just a pastor, he's the pastor of the church that allows us to have this platform and do this show. So just to let you all know who y'all talking to, who y'all watching, he does lead us and guide us, and he leads by example. He doesn't just, he practices what he preaches, and we appreciate that. And Pastor, that's why we give you a shout out every week, because
Yes.
you always stimulate our minds when we hear you speak, and you make us think, and you challenge us and cause us to like go home and be like, okay, how can I implement what I just heard into my everyday life,
And that becomes
and we appreciate that.
True.
that becomes a key to change, enhancement, to make your life better or make someone else's life better. Sometimes it's not about the person, it's about what they can do, what's in their hands that can actually make a difference in somebody else's life. That's what Deeper Life is all about.
Amen.
As our theme is, we teach the gospel that will change your life. And in order for that to happen, we can't be just listeners of what the Word of God has to say. We have to put it in action. And then we get into what we are talking about right now. We get into the live stream of God. When we get into the live stream of God, things happen. I'm talking about things moving. And this has been an awesome week, an awesome 3 weeks, because we've been teaching on the live stream of God for the last 3 weeks. And it's been really powerful and simple. That's the good thing about it. For those of you who are listening to us, we actually had a computer system set up actually on the stage, and we actually went through each one of those components and devices, and then we identified them on a spiritual level. And just like they work, all that we talked about on a spiritual level, it works as well. And we basically gave some biblical examples of how you can experience those particular things through the scriptures. And it's been powerful. It really has.
It really, you know what though? You said something Sunday about laziness. I don't know how you got there, but I just know it. I heard it, and I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
And you can't tap into nothing. First of all, if you're lazy, nothing.
Okay.
No live stream, no nothing. You can't do if you're lazy. Because I just feel like it's like if the live stream is here, but like you said, and if you all haven't seen Sunday's virtual worship service, definitely go to our YouTube channel, Deeper Life Gospel Center, right here on the screen somewhere, and check it out. It's called Tapping Into God's Live Stream, or the live stream of God, some of that nature. Yeah. But it's like you can't tap in if it's not plugged in. Like, cause as much as I'm glad, I'm on my tablet right now. It's charged up. It ain't plugged in, but it's definitely charged up. But I had to physically get the cord and let me make sure my tablet's charged up, or let me make sure whatever the device is charged up. Because like you said, all of what you said means nothing if you're not plugged in.
That's right.
That's just like, if I realized when you said this, like, you can come to church, because sometimes y'all, my position at church is a little different now. So sometimes some stuff that you say I don't even hear because I'm literally in the back doing stuff, you know. But I hear, I would say I actually hear and remember like 75%. But I have to go back on my own time when I get home and say, let me tap in,
Yeah.
because I had one toe in and one whole foot out at church, because I was, busy working, during, working the service on the live stream.
Right. Absolutely.
Working with the live stream. But
Yes.
that plug in, and it's so funny, it doesn't take that much effort to plug in.
No, and actually that's what, we're actually going to be talking about that this coming Sunday, about the plug-in side of it. And it doesn't matter what device you have, it needs power. It needs power. And that's no different than us. We need power. We can have the voice, we can have the intellect, we can have the biological connections, we can have all that stuff. At the end of the day, you have to have power to make things move, to make things happen. And being tapped into the live stream of God, God provides us with power that we don't have. And that's the power that makes me happy.
Amen.
Now, just to clarify, is the power of the Holy Spirit?
Well, you know what? I'm going to get into that Sunday. So
okay, well, y'all come soon.
I'm going to hold off. I'm giving you a little tidbit of where we're going to go. But those of you who are watching, if you would watch from YouTube the last 3 Sundays, you have time between now and Sunday to kind of catch up to speed to where we're getting ready to go. So we're just kind of bringing you up to speed by talking about the live stream of God. I just want to know, honey, what did you kind of pull out of the Sunday's message?
Definitely making sure your software is up to date.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's so key. It's so very important that you don't have some, archaic, outdated software. So really, and being connected to the source, I think out of all the apparatus you had out there, I was thinking about that printer.
The printer.
The printer.
Oh, yes.
Yes. The result. Because it's certain results that we want to get, but like you said, we have to be connected to the source. We have to be connected to the source. We got to be in our word. We have to obey. That was one of the key things, and really trust God, on the various paths that he has us on. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but if
that's what stuck out.
What'd you say?
I said that's what stuck out to me. Sometimes it don't make sense.
It's like,
okay. How about elaborate a little bit on that?
Well, sometimes, okay, God can tell you to talk to certain people or just go over to somewhere and do something, and you like,
come on, man.
It's like, you be like, why? And then it'll make sense later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he'll simply tell you to go do something silly. To me, it'd be silly, but to somebody else, to him it makes sense, but it will make sense later.
Yeah.
It's,
I would say. Oh, I was gonna give an example.
Go ahead. Finish.
So, okay, just like, I just got my products in Walmart. Thank God.
Yes.
Y'all get that testimony soon. And that's because I definitely was plugged in at that time. He was telling me to do a lot of stuff that I didn't think was gonna work, because in my mind, it ain't gonna work. Like, for example, he said, okay, go print out this PDF and take it to Walmart across the street from my job. So everybody looking at me crazy, like, you gonna print up some papers and take your product to Walmart? You think that's gonna work? I said they can only say no.
You went by yourself?
I went by myself.
Wow.
I went by myself. I took the at the job, I had them to help me print out my PDF to show them my product line and all of that. And so everybody was like, you just go take it over there. I went over there on my break and I took it over there. And I told them before I left out the door, I said, I mean, they can only say no. So that's what I did. Took it over there. And actually, that's not the day I got in. Somebody else I knew, I was supporting them. And they told me to come pitch my product. And I pitched it in front of the manager. And she was like, oh, yeah, we received your product last week. We just didn't have a certain information. And they was like, oh, well, just bring the rest of the information and your product is going to be here too, because we already seen your product. See?
Wow. And
I wasn't even going to go that day either, because I was already like, okay, I'm tired. I don't have everything that I need to go. I still didn't have everything that I need, y'all.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, still didn't have everything that I need. So, yeah, you have to listen to those voices. What if I wouldn't have listened?
True. Also, what if you would have tried to wait till you had everything that you think you needed?
Exactly.
Because that's something you said that really stuck out to me. I just feel like people always procrastinate because they were like, well, I don't have this in place. All my ducks aren't in a row. I don't have this. I don't have this much. I don't have enough money. Like, that's like one of the main things people reasons why people don't do certain things, because they feel like you need money to do everything. Yes. Everything is not money. Some stuff is just effort and taking that first step and saying, you know what, if there's nobody that's going to help me, I'm going to help myself. I'm going to use my resources. I'm going to Google. I'm going to go on YouTube. I'm going to take a chance like you did and just go on Walmart, talk to the manager. Because I didn't even know you could do something like that. Like,
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. And he just told me to do it. And then, wait a minute, I forgot one thing. So I wasn't going to go in there that day, but Tiffany Cartwright, she talked me into it. She said, God stopped me from what I was doing. I was packing up my stuff. And when I seen your text, when you said you weren't coming, he told me to stop what I was doing and tell you it don't matter that you don't have everything together. Come down here today.
Wow.
And Pastor, you tell us that all the time. You be like, go look at the house, go test drive the car, go, you just go. Just like you said Sunday, just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, because in the live stream of God will say things. I mean, we have to always keep this in mind. The way God sees things and the way God orchestrates things is beyond our ability to fathom. Yes. There's no comparison between the way God thinks and the way, so we should expect him to say things that don't make no sense. Expect that, because that's part of his character. Look at it. If you go through the scripture, just like we talked about Naaman, it didn't make no sense dipping in the water 7 times. He talked to those 10 lepers. Just go show yourself to the priest. It don't make no sense. He tells Moses, I'm going to get you some water out of a rock. It don't make no sense. It is the nature of God and his infinite wisdom to speak. And when he speaks, we can't comprehend, but he speaks in a way so that we can just obey him. Now that we can do. And see,
so we got to work on our obedience first before we can even accept all the stuff you said right before that.
I'm telling you, because God wants stuff to show up in this pandemic.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. He wants change to happen. He wants to show us believers that even though the pandemic is here in the earthly realm, he's still moving in the heavenly realm. And he's still pushing things out, making things happen. When the world is saying, shut this down, God is saying, I'm raising it to another level. In the midst of this, that's part of the power of God.
Amen.
Just making that happen. And he wants to make it happen, not just for a few folks and not just for a certain church, but he really wants to make it happen to anybody who's willing and able to get into the live stream.
Amen.
Come on, y'all out there watching.
Get into that live stream.
It will happen. It will happen. As sure as I'm sitting next to this lady right here. It will happen.
It will happen. And I remember the laziness. She was talking about the laziness. Now, Pastor challenged me, Pastor and Lady T. Y'all don't even know. I came to them first with this idea, okay? And they was like, you know, did you get this together? Did you get the GBA? Did you do this? Did you do that? I'm like, huh? No. And then I came back weeks later and was like, I did all those things that you said to do. But if I was lazy, I couldn't have got none of this done, y'all. None of it.
And you know what? If you had came back and had done nothing that we said, we couldn't tell you to do nothing more.
Right.
And that's how God is. He'll tell you to do something in a live stream, and if he can't get you to do that, he know he can't get you to do anything more than that. So you buffer. That's what happened. You buffer. You stand still. You stay right where you are. Whatever the situation is, it don't move. It don't change. I don't care. You're buffering. And as I stated Sunday, the reason why some people buffer is because they don't have enough memory. And they can't process it because they got too many other programs running. And sometimes you got to shut the program down.
Now, wait a minute. Let's talk about the program.
That was good.
What some of these programs that y'all got running need to be shut down?
That's right. That's right.
That's a rhetorical question. Type it in the comments. What's the stuff that's going on that you need to say, okay, you know that it's been way past time for you to let that thing go, to cut it off, cut them off. People can do programs too.
I'm gonna ask my wife to just kind of indicate some of the programs that folks have running that need to be shut down.
Well, some of them listed is pride. That's a big one. Anger.
Big one.
Suspicion. Unforgiveness. Doubts. And those, I think, are the key ones that we have listed here.
Yeah.
Listen, look at pride. I like how you said that was the first one, because listen, people be so proud. I'm just too proud to ask for help. I'm too proud to even let anybody know that I have this or that or the other that's holding me back. It's going on in my life. When you never, like, God is just waiting on us to tap in, take that one step so he can do what he want to do in your life. But it's like, I feel like sometimes we put everything on God. Like we just a puppet and he the puppet master. It's like, no, it's called your will, his will. We line them up, but he not gonna force us. I mean, I don't feel like he want to force us. I mean, we don't want him to force. No, we don't want
Joe.
That can get real dangerous.
You know, Crystal, when you came to us with your idea, you had already did so much, put so much into it. But one of the things that I liked is just how humble you were.
Yeah.
You were so humble. And you went and, you went and got counsel from your spiritual father and mother. You stuck to it. You stuck to it. You were consistent. You were determined. You were driven. And I just believe you were prayerful and you was connected to that live source. And I just believe that God put people in your path to help you get to this point.
Yeah.
Me and Pastor and I were talking. We were just so amazed by your determination. You were not taking no for an answer. And, you know, you were open to constructive criticism, you know, because when a person is puffed up in pride, they don't want to hear, you know, they don't want any criticism, they get easily offended.
Yeah.
You wanted to do whatever it took to make your product the best product it could be.
Amen.
And I truly believe that is very, and has been very instrumental. I can't believe how quickly you've gotten your product
on the shelf
of
Walmart.
Of Walmart. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
What I really and we talked about this. What I really liked was your progress. You kept it moving, and that's the thing about it. In the live stream, God is always going to challenge us to keep it moving beyond the conditions and circumstances that we're facing. And the thing about it, when we talk about, like Sister Cherry, you're saying about the pride, when I think about favor, favor is exercised by asking. And pride cuts favor out of a person's life. There are people that are assigned to help one another, people that are assigned, like the prophet Elijah, and there was a woman assigned to help him. God said, I commanded her to do this for him. And there are people that are already staged in life this month, next month, the month after that. They're sitting and they're already in place to help us, but we have to sometimes ask so that the favor can show up. And in doing that, we eliminate the pride. And so this is a reason why we have to stop running the program of pride, because it's cutting our favor out of our lives.
Listen, I'm sorry for, excuse me for looking down. I had to make a note. Pride cuts favor out of your life.
That was a good one.
I had to write that down, because you don't think about it like that. You know, you, like you said, you puffed up. I don't need nobody to tell me nothing, to do nothing for me, and I know what I'm doing. And it's like, but it could be something that like you said, God might have sent somebody to tell you something. But because you think you don't need nobody to tell you nothing, you know what you're doing, you just gonna miss that favor, huh? I mean, you can't even move forward, because pride can really have you bound. Like, that's like jail. That's like, that is really jail, because you only can go as far as your own efforts, as your own, because you're not gonna accept nobody else's help. So and nobody's that great. Like, okay, you can do what you can do by yourself to a certain extent, but then you're gonna need some outside help. And the only way you're gonna get that is if somebody even know you need help.
Right. I liken it to individuals who love to give, but they find it difficult to receive. It's the same thing. We don't recognize, but that's a sense of pride. I don't mind giving, but when somebody wants to give to me, then we cut them off of them getting their blessing, because it's more blessed to give than receive. And it's our pride that cuts their favor and blessings out of their lives by not accepting what they want to give us. It's not about whether we need it or not. It's about giving opportunity for somebody to sow into, to give. When you give, then it'll be given back to you. It didn't say that the person that you give it to have to need it. No, they don't have to need it. It's not about that. It's about activating these principles of the Word of God in a practical way, but cutting out the different programs that are running in our life that's preventing us from keeping things moving and for causing us to keep buffering. Pride is just one of them.
Listen, y'all, I hope y'all got a pen and a piece of paper, because y'all should be taking notes, because he dropping them nuggets, okay? As usual, he dropping them nuggets. Y'all ain't know y'all was going to get all this on this Tuesday, did you? But see, Pastor Bell came through with them nuggets, okay? I mean, I have to take a note. I'm telling you, y'all, this is some good stuff. Like, when we get over here, I'm be thinking, I don't know that much. Just like,
I just want to say, like, this whole experience I really love the message, because after going through this, I really see what you're talking about. Like, I feel like I experienced everything that you were talking about through this whole journey. Like, when I look back at all of the people that came in and said, well, I don't want to charge you money because God told me to do it, and all of that stuff. And like, all the people, I didn't pay all, people think I paid a bunch of money to do stuff. Like, it was just people God sent my way to help me with different processes. And they will come in my life and they will just disappear.
Right, exactly.
They just go.
They come into our lives with that assignment.
Mm-hmm.
And if we would just broaden our thinking to the different ways that God does what he does, just like what I just said, whenever God speaks, we don't understand the why. We don't phantom the understanding of the requirements. But that's the difference. That's just how he is all the time. And it is the same way about people helping us. There are people that are coming into our lives only to help us. And then they do just what you say. They disappear, because that's their assignment. Everybody and everything is on an assignment. Everything and everybody, even trouble, shows up with an assignment, because it comes with a purpose.
Yep. Listen, y'all taking notes?
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
Write that down, honey.
In the midst of a pandemic, you were able to get your products on the shelf, on the marketplace, at Walmart, and you also mentioned another store.
Yeah.
Who would ever thought? And I also would like to mention, this is the year of project completion.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That was our goal. Yes.
You know, you were unstoppable. This is just goes to show it doesn't matter. When you connected to the Lime Street, your dreams can manifest in the most unprecedented situations.
That's right.
And God will put people in to help you get to where you have to go. I think one of the things on the list was closing down your doubts. Closing down I can really say all I saw in you was confidence. Was it a time when you really doubted?
Oh, it was a lot of times when I broke down and cried. And
you had some buffering.
Oh, I had a lot of buffering going on, okay? A lot of buffering. Pastor, no, I can call him, text him. I will text you too, lady Cherry.
I know. Yes.
It was not all roses or nothing. It was just like, but I knew I had to go through that. Like, a lot of times he would tell me, like, I can't put you over a company and you're going to throw a tantrum or you're going to break down or anything like that if you don't go through certain things to make you stronger too. You know what I'm saying? I can't just give it to you easy. I got to make you work. So, you know, I understood all of that after, but going through it, I was like, where does this go in?
Yeah. That's right. Listen, Sister Cherry.
Yeah.
In the message, we covered a little area that dealt with knowing what not to accept. Knowing what not to accept.
Man.
What was your thoughts? And like I said, you already gave us a preface that sometimes when you're in the back, sometimes you hear certain things, sometimes you don't hear certain things because you're working. So I'm not sure if you heard that part or not, but I do want us to talk about learning what not to accept.
Mm-hmm.
live stream.
I definitely caught that.
You did? Oh.
Yeah, because you was going off at that point. Like, and yeah, like you don't have to accept negativity. You don't have to accept a bad attitude from you or somebody else. You don't have to accept, the bank's no, that you don't qualify for that. You don't have to accept that, because that's one bank, that's one person.
That's right.
And if I'm being honest, even like today, I was thinking about that. Like, you don't have to accept the negative feelings that you might be feeling right now, like when you woke up. I don't have to accept that feeling. I don't have to be upset about something that happened yesterday or something that I saw or something. I don't have to accept that feeling. Like, and it's crazy, just thinking that thought actually helps you not accept it. It's like, I actually don't have to.
That's right. It's like getting the power back. Because what we do, we give that power to our emotions, to our incidents, to our experiences, to our hurts, to our individual, where people may do you wrong. We give away so much power. And then when you start thinking just like what you said, that is a way and a method to get the power back. Sometimes I have to ask myself, why am I doing what I'm doing? And that brings me back to the authority of what I'm doing. So those are little things that we can do to get back the power that God really wants to stay resonated within us. We're supposed to be whole people, but we're fragmented because we give our power away to all those different things. And then we try to be whole. No, get it back. Type it in the feed. I'm getting it all back.
Right. Listen, y'all, I'm telling y'all, if y'all didn't see Sunday's message, I'm gonna need you to go watch it. I say it every Tuesday. I need y'all to go watch it, but also go watch the last 2 or 3 Sunday services, so you can kind of understand it in its entirety. Because he was getting to something, and we're still within that that subject of tapping into God's live stream. So, go back and watch. Of course, watch this coming Sunday, but go back and watch so you can kind of take this ride with Pastor Bill like we are, and so you can understand what we're talking about in here. You might be like, well, what are they tapping into? God got a live stream? Yeah, God has a live stream.
Yes, he does.
And if you want to know about it, go to our YouTube channel, Deeper Life Gospel Center. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and go into that playlist, okay? Pastor Wade A. Bell Sr.'s messages.
Yes.
Right? That's the playlist you want to go in, and that's where you'll see all of his messages from Sunday services, from the virtual worship services. And listen, y'all, we can go on and on.
Yeah.
We really could, but this is just kind of a little bit of what he's been talking about on Sunday. So join us if you are in the area, you can come join us at church. We are open, and you need to be wearing a mask. We got hand sanitizer stations. We are sanitizing the church before and after service. So this is a corona-free zone up at Deeper Life.
Yes.
All right. Address will be on the screen, somewhere on the screen. So we would love to see you. Come, social distance, keep yourself safe, be safe, think about your family and whoever else you're around. That's the reason why we're doing this. Because we don't want to be out and about and our families at home, and then we don't take the precautions we need to, and then we bring something back to them. We got to think about others, not just ourselves. We got to all, really right now in the world, we just kind of all got to think about each other.
Yeah.
It's the whole world. We got to all think about each other, which we should have been anyway. But really, we got to think about each other, y'all. So let's not just focus on ourselves, but let's think about others, okay? And also, we do have an announcement for Let's Talk Tuesday. And if you're still watching, I know this is a little long, but it was worth it. But we do have an announcement that this will be the end of season 1 of Let's Talk Tuesday, and and we will be back in January. So next Tuesday you'll be seeing a rerun of one of our amazing shows with our amazing guests, and all the way up until January, just tune in, because I know some of y'all haven't seen some of those episodes. You may have missed out, and I'm telling y'all, there's some good laughs, some great moments on these episodes. So please still tune in, still come to DLGC on Facebook on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. There will still be something there. Okay. This is not the end of the show. Not the end of the show. It's just the end of the season. We're gonna take a break and rejuvenate and get filled. We're gonna come back even more filled with the Word of God and just ready to encourage you and hopefully help you in some type of way. So Pastor Bell, Lady T, thank you so much for being a part of today's show.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. We have really enjoyed ourselves and the opportunity, and you all have been doing such a fantastic job on the Let's Talk Tuesday. With this being the last one, I'm going to talk with my wife. During that season where things are closed, we may slide something in there. So, all right, we may slide something in there. So those of you, just stay tuned every Tuesday. Just keep watching. And we're always trying to cook up something. So when it's done, you'll see it.
Okay.
See, might get you a little surprise.
Right. All right.
So listen, y'all, and I just want to remind you, please make sure you tune in this Thursday for Interactive Bible Study with this awesome man of God right here. If you haven't been watching, we give him a little preview, like what we've been talking about on Thursday night.
On Thursday night, in our Interactive Bible Study, where we are right now, I think we're in Joshua chapter number 6. And to a certain degree, Joshua chapter number 6 is the breakthrough chapter. It's the breakthrough. All the way up until chapter number 5, we got everything together. God got everything together with the people. But chapter number 6 is the breakthrough chapter. And that's what we all want to experience. If you want to experience some breakthroughs in your life, tune in this Thursday at 7 o'clock to our Interactive Bible Study, and you'll be able to participate in your own breakthrough.
Well, I'll be there. I don't know about y'all.
I'll be there.
I am ready. You hear me?
So, all right.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Listen, he said it all. We'll see y'all Thursday. Also, we'll see you Sunday at 11 a.m. And we thank you guys for all of your support on Let's Talk Tuesday.
We'll miss y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.